Get out the insurance cards, get out the copays. The office is open, my friends. Brought to you by drroto.com.
Hey there, everyone. It's Dr. Roto. Get out the insurance cards, get out the copay. The office is open, my friends, on this pre-Thanksgiving edition of the First Look with my man, Trevor Hillstrom. Trevor, are you able to have, what are you doing for Thanksgiving tomorrow in 15 inches of snow?
Oh, I'm going to watch the Viking-Packer game with my diehard, or not the Viking-Packer, in the Packer-Lion game. My buddy's a diehard Packer fan, so I'm going to watch it with him. Turns out, I go to my sister's every year for Thanksgiving, that her household is sick, so they won't see me, and my mom's trying to get me to go over to her house, but I doubt I will. I see my mom all the time. It's not like it's that necessary, and she don't watch this. Her cooking stinks.
Ooh, Mama Hillstrom, did you hear that? 86 that.
But yeah, I'm having surgery in December, early December, so I can't get sick.
Right. No, I know. You get sick, you're not going in.
Right.
Yeah. Do you know that before I had my kidney transplant, it was during COVID. My kidney donor and I literally went in at 6:30 in the morning and took a COVID test before the surgery. And I was praying to God. I was like, please let neither of us have COVID, because if we did, it would have been pushed another 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whenever it was. So we got lucky.
Yeah.
Crazy. All right. It is time for the first look. It is week 13. Trevor, we blinked and we're here. Let's get to these games real quick. Are you playing tomorrow, or are you not spending too much on it?
I love these 3-game slates. If you remember last year, 2 on the Miami Dolphins won me quite a bit of money, and it catapulted me into the rest of the season when I won even more money. Then I put it into this season and I won more money. So last year, Thanksgiving was like my springboard for winning. So I like these 3-game slates because I can throw a lot of lineups at it that I like, and that's what I like.
Did you see DraftKings Millionaire Maker for $5 has 594,000 teams?
Yeah, I'm maxed out.
Oh,
I can.
You can. Yeah, don't blame me. You can. So let me ask you this, because I don't want to stay too long on this one.
Yeah.
Is there a duo? Are you Mahomes Rice? Are you Love Watson? Are you Lamar? Where are you thinking tomorrow?
There's 2 really ones I like: Mahomes Rice, Mahomes Worthy, and I'm going to look to the Packers and Love and Watson, Love and Dobbs, because both those teams I think are going to have to pass the football and not run.
Right.
They're going to be throwing. I know Green Bay likes to slow it down. I just don't think they're going to run well against Detroit. What we're hoping for is Detroit gets a little bit of a lead, then Green Bay has to throw. All these games have high totals. I mean, really high totals.
They're good games.
And I hear a lot of pundits saying, Kansas City, they think it's going to be a lower scoring game because their games have been low scoring games. I don't think so. I think this one shoots out. I think Kansas City will move the ball up and down the field. Yeah,
and I think Dallas will push it too. It's not like they sit back in either. So I'm with you. I kind of like happy Thanksgiving to you, Replay Real. Appreciate you, my man. Thankful for you. I look, there's certain pieces. I like Christian Watson tomorrow for sure. I love any Baltimore tight end for sure. Love Rashee Rice. Do you like Chase Brown tomorrow?
Somewhat. I somewhat like him. I mean, the 2 running backs I'm looking for the most is Gibbs and Henry. I love Henry. He should, this should be a big game for him. So those are the 2 I'm looking at. And my third choice would be Chase Brown.
Yeah.
Because he's going to catch the ball a lot. And especially with, the Bengals, they get Burrow back, it looks like, and then they get Jamar Chase. But then they lose T. Higgins. So you're going to have to throw the football to the running back in this one too.
All right. Let's get to this week. All right, let's start at quarterback.
Yeah.
Josh Allen, going to cost you $7,500. But you can go to Matthew Stafford in a tough matchup. Justin Herbert's at $6,500. Daniel Jones in a tough matchup. Brock Purdy looking like cheeks, to be quite honest with you. Sam Darnold against your Vikings. Do you like any of those high-end guys, or are you going cheaper?
Well, I'm going to have some lineups with Josh Allen just because it seemed like, that afternoon game, he's in that late hammer. It seems like that's the game he likes to showcase himself in. It seemed like Buffalo plays their best ball when they got that game for some reason. They seem to get the Chiefs or somebody they play really good. Last year, I think he was in it a couple of times. He scored 30, 40 points in those games. So it's against Pittsburgh. I kind of like Allen. I think there's enough value.
That is the NFL wants you to watch that game spot, right? That's how we knew that the Dallas-Philadelphia game was going to blow up. Josh Allen always has, 3 passing touchdowns or rushing touchdown in this one. Do you feel that you need to put him with somebody, or do you run him naked?
I want to put him back with Shakir, but that burned me last time. But, if you got to go with the process, I'm going to play him a lot with Shakir, but I'm going to play him naked a lot of times too. He's just that type of player. I think he's, they really need this game. I mean, and then, it seems like when they have a really bad game like they had, that they come back and play a lot better.
Do you like Justin Herbert, or is he not special?
I like Herbert because he's got so many weapons. I worry about them running the football. I've heard it's going to be a Hampton-Vidal split over there, but we'll see what happens when that happens. But you kind of like Herbert because they can throw for a lot, but I don't know what the Raiders can push back.
The Raiders have nothing. They look terrible. They really look terrible.
I think if you do play Herbert, I think you got to come back with Bowers on the other side.
Right, for sure. You know the guy who's actually looking appealing to me, Trevor? What if I told you that Tua, if I played Tua, Achane, Waddle, just those 3, I think I could put up a lot of points with those 3.
I do like that a little bit, and there's no doubt. I have Tua start. I picked Tua up in a couple of leagues this week because I didn't like some of the matchups I had. So I do like Tua. It doesn't seem like he ever scores more than 20 points, but if you can get, I'll tell you a guy and he's going to be probably low on his Cam Ward.
It's funny you mention that because he played pretty darn well last week, but and Jacksonville has not been great. But he doesn't have anybody to really pair him with that you feel great about. Gunnar Helm, Chimere DK. Do you feel good about any of those guys?
DK, I like DK. I think he's not a superstar I'm making, but I think he's going to be a star. I think he's going to be, I don't know who to compare him to, but I think he's going to be a pretty good player.
Well, what's interesting about DK, especially on DraftKings, you get the double touchdown.
Oh yeah, he's returning kick and punt returns for touchdowns too. So,
right,
I got him into the winning lineups last week because he was able to return one for a touchdown. But better competition this week, or less competition in Seattle. I mean, they sent all kinds of pressure at Ward last week. He handled it pretty well, all due considering. So, I think he's going to have a little bit more chances against the Jaguars.
What about Jacoby Brissett against Tampa, who we all know you can throw on? Are you worried about Benson coming back, Marvin coming back, and now he's spreading the ball around?
Well, we like Marvin coming back for him. That gives you a better option. So Marvin's cheap enough. I think this is going to downgrade your Wilson shares, but I'm still going to play him with Marvin. And yeah, I think you can still, if you want to be really sneaky and try a few lines with him with Wilson, it'd be fine. And this could be a high-scoring game, depending. Is Mayfield going to play?
I think he plays. And right now, this game's at 43.5. Maybe they're thinking Mayfield doesn't play at that number.
Well, I think I hear people saying that they're expecting Bridgewater to play, but then I see that. So then I look really quick. I don't think Baker's going to not play. I think he's going to play too. He's going to will his way into it. So, I like Brissett at his price. You compare him with Harrison. You got Wilson. I don't like McBride as much because he really jumped up in price.
Do there are not a lot of high-scoring games in the slate, Trevor. There's 41.5, 39.5, 44. The only game over 50 is actually Buffalo's not even over 50. That's 47.5. It's a very low scoring slate.
Yeah, you're going to see me play Allen. Then I'm going to be going because there's not a lot of high-scoring games. I'm probably going to play an award. And I'm going to play a couple lineups with Brosmer only if I want to get to the big names. If I want to get to that CMC, which I probably won't get the CMC, but in case I want to get JSN, some other guys in there.
All right, let's talk about that. By the way, big shout out to my friend Bubba. Happy Thanksgiving, my man. Got to catch up soon. All right, let's get to running back. Jonathan Taylor at 9,800. Christian McCaffrey at 9,300. Bijan at 85. I mentioned a Chan at 83 who feels like a lock button. James Cook, 7,600. What about doing like an Allen Cook, pairing those together, Trevor?
You could do that. Cook catches passes. Ideally, you want Cook to catch a touchdown pass in that game, and I think he did the last time Allen had that big game. He did throw one to Cook for a touchdown. So I'm really liking Achana as the top ones. I'm going to probably stay away from Taylor, CMC, and Bijan for the most part. I do like Achana. Cook's interesting, and then Kyron's okay. He should score this week. And then I think we need to get down to I think Hall might have a good week against the Falcons.
I like Breece Hall. I mean, I think he's definitely in play. He looked good last week. I think the problem here, what about Kenneth Walker against your Vikings? 5,300 in a game they should really dominate. What are your thoughts?
Well, Charbonnet, I think, has scored at home every game. So I don't really know. Happy Thanksgiving to you, Sammy. I don't know. If we look at last week, Wilson got the points for Green Bay, but he had to really, really churn for that. I mean, how many touches? He got a lot of touches, and he got set up by a turnover at the 5 or 4 yard line. The Vikings on a muff punt, and then the receiver fell at the 1 yard line. So he had a couple of easy layup touchdowns. So Walker, does that happen? I don't know. I feel more comfortable playing other guys from Seattle, but
you know what the big problem is, Trevor, this week? You've got Bucky Irving back, so that hurts him and Tucker. You've got Benson back, which hurts him and Bam Knight. You got Hampton back. You got Vidal there. It just seems you have Walker with Charbonnet. You just have a lot of committees, which bother me. What about Devin Neal? I mean, I don't think Kamara plays. Chris Prentice just mentioned, by the way, happy Thanksgiving, my man, King to Icon. He said Taysom Hill could vulture, but what about Neal for 5,000? He could be in play.
Well, yeah, he should get volume. I mean, what else should they have to lose? I mean, especially if Kamara's out there and Taysom Hill's old and washed up, he looks like crap.
I think that he's ruining their team, by the way. Devin Neal also dealing with an injury that he had in practice. Where is there any? I know you said Breece Hall. What about ETN? Do you like ETN this week?
Somewhat, he got, I heard on the radio show last night that I think it was Mike was talking about Tootin. They didn't even use Tootin. Pretty much just went all ATN. So, you try to trust these coaching staffs. You just don't know what's going to happen. Pittsburgh, you think you got Gainwell trusted, and then the ball goes to Warren. Or Gainwell instead of Warren, or you don't know which way to go. And same thing with this one. I could see the coaches saying, hey, let's use Tootin a lot this week. Maybe Tootin was a little more injured last week than we thought, and they just didn't really push it. Another guy that looks good on the page to me is Woody Marks, because Marks is getting 75% of the volume. I mean, they pretty much showed that last week. Chubb, they didn't give it to him as much. Marks, I think, has taken over that backfield, so I kind of like him.
I think Marks is a great play because if you want to beat the Colts, you're going to have to throw the ball a little bit, and Marks is a really good receiver. I do want to cover another running back. Rico Dowdle. Rico was fine last week, but he didn't get enough touches. I mean, Carolina touched the ball like twice in the first half. When things are going right for Carolina, Rico is touching the ball 20 times. When they're going wrong, he's touching it 8. Are they going to go right or wrong against the Rams?
I don't know if they're going to be able to go to Dowdle against the Rams. I'm expecting the Rams to really – but then again, you never know about the NFL. Carolina's that weird football team because you think they're going to get beat, and then they play their best football. And then when you think they're going to be good, they play their worst football.
Do you know the second highest scoring on the slate?
No.
Carolina and the Rams, 44.5.
Wow. Well, I would imagine, what was the spot? I put so much work in Thanksgiving Day games already that it's kind of hard to,
No, but the Indianapolis and Houston, Carolina and the Rams are the second games behind Pittsburgh. So Pittsburgh is the 47.5. The other two are 44.5, and then it all drops down to crap.
What are the Rams favored by?
10.
They're favored by 10. So it's 44. So they're talking 27-17.
27-17.
That's what they're looking at. Well,
Yep.
I think Carolina's probably going to cover it. I think 10 might be too many, but
It might, I mean, I'm always looking for the game that's going to blow up. Like, which game is going to blow up? 49ers, Browns? I don't know about that. Jaguars, Titans, maybe if Ward plays well. Texans, Colts, can that blow up? Because the Saints, Dolphins can't.
Texans, Colts can blow up, I think. But the Texans defense has been playing pretty darn good.
What about, Trevor, Pittsburgh's running game? Because you know that Buffalo can't stop the run.
I want to trust Warren to get the football, but I listened to some Pittsburgh guys this week, and they were kind of upset that Warren wasn't getting the ball in that Bears game when they wanted him to. They said they should have used him more than Warren or more than Gainwell. So I don't know. You want to hit the button on a Pittsburgh running back, and then once I hit Warren, and they play Gainwell. So,
all right, I'm with you on Breece Hall. I'm with you on Woody. I'm with you on Chan. I'm with you on Cook. I'm with you on ETN. So, I think we're talking about the right guys. Let's get to wide receiver. All right, JSN is 2,000. 500 more than Puka, and then 2,000 more than Devontae Adams. I mean, that is crazy talk. Is he going to bust through when he doesn't get enough? What he does is he's consistent, like 8 for 150 and a touchdown. So what did I just give you there? I guess I gave you 26 points. Is that worth it for 9,500?
Depending on who else you have. Yeah, if you're playing Bryce Young lineups, it sure is. But, who else is going to score more than that on this slate? It's not going to be Jefferson. It's not going to be Adams, I don't think, because Adams and Nakua. I mean, Waddle's could score some big points in this one. Well, here's another thing. How mad is Sam Darnold at the Vikings in revenge? I don't think he's mad at the Vikings. I think he's kind of grateful about the opportunity they gave him last year. But still, in the back of his mind, I think he wants to have a good game. I think JSN's going to have 8 or 9 catches, depending on what the Vikings can do offensively.
I mean, I agree with that. Do you start a lineup with Allen and JSN and then figure it out from there?
You could, because that could be 60 points right there.
Right.
60 points. So
right.
And there's enough players. I think there's enough receivers on the slate that I like that are lower priced, and like we're not overpaying at running back. Even if we like a Chan and we like Hall, we're not really overpaying at running back. We can find some receivers, I think, that can fit the match, because paying up for receiver outside of JSN just seems a little crazy.
Agreed. But you're looking at Ibuka's 6,500, Waddle's 6,800. These guys aren't crazy expensive.
Yeah, the lobby's okay. Marvin's okay. I mean, you can play Shakir if you're going to be playing Allen. Like I mentioned before the show, I like Cameron DK a little bit. Who's coming out is John Mechie with Tyrod Taylor. I mean, Mechie's kind of hard to hit that button, but he is scored twice in a row, and he is.
What about AD Mitchell?
Yeah, Mitchell too.
Mechie's. I mean, they're in play, but are you winning with them? Are you winning with those guys?
Well, you can win with those guys. JSN and Allen have to do their job. I mean, Mechie scores 16 to 18 points. You can win with those guys, because it's not going to be a high-scoring week. We're figuring.
All right, I'm just giving you some names. Ladd, McConkey, or not worth it?
One of those receivers is going to show out, you figure, but once you think it's Ladd, it's not. But I mean, if you're playing 3 lineups, he probably wouldn't make one of my lineups.
What about Trey Tucker?
No.
Okay. What about Quentin Johnston?
He's a maybe, just because his price is so low, and he can score a long touchdown.
What about DK Metcalf against Buffalo?
No, I can't trust DK Metcalf. Even with that great start he had last week, he can get more than 14 points, I don't think, or barely beat 14 points. They don't like to throw to the receivers there.
What about if Baker's there, Ibuka?
If Baker is there, I like Ibuka quite a bit.
Me too. I can see me fading JSN at my own risk but absolutely every team has Waddle and Ibuka.
What about one of those Browns receivers, Judy or Tillman? I kind of like Judy a little bit.
Yeah.
Doesn't Kevin Stefanski look like an idiot with Shedeur? But I realize if you watch the Shedeur game with the Raiders, he had a clean pocket a lot of the game. I mean, there was some rollouts.
He threw a 2-yard pass to Dylan Sampson and ran for 60.
Yeah, but he threw a nice one, a couple of nice ones. The guy got tackled at the 1, and the other guy fumbled at the 15, dancing like a deer.
What about Nico
like
Collins'
Nico.
bounce back week with CJ Stroud?
Yeah, I do like Nico.
I mean, you're wearing a Texans jersey.
I'm wearing Dalton Schultz, baby.
Nico's interesting, but let me ask you this: does Sauce Gardner's being there offend you in any way?
No, not really.
Okay.
I mean, Sauce is good, but I mean, he can be beat. We didn't we shy away from a big time receiver because of Sauce Gardner? Wasn't it a guy like George Pickens?
Yeah, that's never a good life decision.
Didn't Pickens do? I mean, Pickens, what a boy! He's here. You know what the difference between him and CeeDee Lamb has been in the last few weeks is he's making big time, unbelievable catches, and Lamb's dropping easy catches.
Easy. I mean, Lamb. This. If you have him in fantasy, you sit there and you're like, I have CeeDee Lamb. I took him with a 3rd overall pick. This guy is more of a 3rd round pick than a 1st round pick.
Yeah, he's dropping passes that are right there, and he was doing that from week 1.
Yeah. All right, let's get to tight end. Let's start it out with McBride at 7,800. Brock Bowers is the next one at 5,800. I will not be paying for McBride.
Nope, me either. If he kills me, he kills me. I mean, Tampa's pretty decent against a tight end. With Harrison being back and Wilson being better, I think that's going to spread the ball around a little bit more. And to beat the Tampa, you want to challenge those corners.
I'll give you a sneaky tight end. I'll give you 2 guys. One people will play and one nobody will play. I think Juwan Johnson, if you wanted to go with Waddle and a Chen and bring it back with Juwan Johnson, I think is interesting. Yes. The other one, going back to Cam Ward, this guy, Gunnar Helm, has really started to step up. He was a fantastic receiver over in Texas, and now he's been very solid, Trevor. Is that a guy that you might look at?
Yeah, he's a guy you could look at, especially if you're playing in the Millie Maker tournament. I don't see his price here.
2,600.
Yeah, for 2,600, you can really fit in a lot of things. You got Colby Parkinson at 2,800, who's really come on lately, and it sees like Stafford's really liking him. I think he's going to have high ownership too. The guys that I'm willing to pay for that are in the mid to upper range would be Bowers. I think I like Bowers this week against the Chargers. I think I like Rondé Gadsden. And I'm like my guy Dalton Schultz if he plays. I mean, he should be playing. Yeah, Schultz. I like Schultz somewhat.
I like Schultz too. What about Evan Engram?
Evan Engram, he's playing Monday night or Sunday night.
You're right. Excuse me.
Are you thinking Darren Waller?
I like Darren Waller. Is Darren Waller going to play?
It sounds like he's playing.
I like Darren Waller. I think you're onto something with Parkinson, by the way, because the Rams always play. The problem is the Rams play multiple tight ends, right? And so I was looking at defense versus position there, and that's why I saw Engram. But the Rams play Parkinson, Allen, and Terrence Ferguson. Parkinson to me is the most well-rounded of the 3. Do you feel like he can find the end zone? If they're going to score 4 touchdowns, can Parkinson get 1?
Well, yeah, he scored 2 of the last 3 weeks. I mean, and they just missed. He's looking for him in the end zone. See, here's the thing about Stafford. I was listening to Stafford is going for some type of. He's having the Rodgers effect where he wants to throw 1 to 2 yard touchdowns to put up his stats. So if you want to throw, and he wants an MVP. If he wants the MVP, wants the stats, he's going to throw for touchdown passes 1 to 2 yards out. Big tight end in the middle, and they ran a great play last week where everybody jumped Adams' route, and he snuck in behind and was wide open. So,
no, I like it. I think Helm and Parkinson are brilliant under the radar plays. Do you feel like if you play Allen, for example, do you look for Kincaid? If you play Stafford, do you look for Parkinson? Do you want to hook up your tight end with your quarterback, or not important?
Not really with those guys. I mean, it depends if the Buffalo's got a good tight end matchup. But if you're playing like a Brissett and he's got the big time McBride, then you want to match them up. But, when you got a middle of the road tight end, maybe not.
Okay.
And I don't like Kittle this week. He's going to have to block a lot against Cleveland.
I agree with that. Kittle's out off my radar. Kyle Pitts is off my radar. What about AJ Barner?
Yeah, he's okay.
What about our man King to Icon says Cade Otton? Is he interesting?
He's somewhat interesting. They got Godwin back. And by the way, I think Cleveland's going to smack San Francisco up the head a little bit. I'm not saying they're going to win, but I think it's going to be really close, and they're going to punch them in the mouth.
Let me tell you something. There was a point on Monday night. I turned to my son. I said, "Why isn't Mac Jones starting?"
Yeah, well, I think they think Purdy has the higher ceiling.
I don't know. Purdy was missing big time. He does that against Cleveland, game's going to be over.
Yeah. With better quarterback play, that game would have been 30-something to 9.
Yep, for sure. All right, let's get to, is there anywhere else? Is there a defense you like this week? Are you all in on Seattle?
I was earlier in the week because I thought McCarthy was playing, but with Brosmer, not as much. I mean, I like Seattle. There's no doubt about it. I like the Jets defense for a pay down defense against Atlanta. I know, Cousins gets time. He can hit some passes, but there's a lot of times he's not going to get time, and people just know to go right at him.
All right, so let's put a lineup together. Is Josh Allen our quarterback?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's find a way.
All right, who's our running backs?
I got to get a contest ready here. So, who's our running backs? I think we should go with the Shannon Hall to start off with.
I'm liking that. Shannon Hall, done. Wide receiver.
I'm going to put this in a single entry. So I just want to get it ready here. We got Allen.
Shannon Hall.
Okay, Shannon Hall. I think I'm just going to put the Jets defense in for now, just so that we know where we're kind of at price.
I like it. Tight end, are you going? Give me a guy.
I got to get to my tight ends page.
Do you like Colby Parkinson?
Who's that?
Do you want Parkinson or do you want Bowers? Or do you want Gadsden? Do you want Juwan?
I think we'll try Bowers to start with, just to put him in there. Yeah. It doesn't have to be Bowers. I almost probably want to pay for a different receiver. What do you think of Shakir this week?
I have no problem with him, except this. Here is my one problem. I consider Shakir to be a zone buster. Pittsburgh plays tons of man coverage.
Yeah.
So the man coverage guy Josh Palmer? Like, who's the guy that they're going to use to be the coverage buster?
No, if we don't go Shakir, then I don't like Bowers as much.
I agree. I think I'm going to stay away from all those Buffalo receivers.
Yeah, I think we just stay away from the receivers. I think you like Waddle.
No, don't worry about me. You want JSN?
Yeah, I kind of like JSN. That's going to really leave us short with money.
Right, but what we could do immediately is put Parkinson or Hellman at tight end.
Yeah, that's true too.
And you even it out.
The jig, but then I think we should,
All right, I'm going to put in Parkinson just for the conversation, and we can change it. So I have JSN with Parkinson. We've got 2 wide receivers and a flex. Could be pricey there, Trevor. Do you want DK?
I like DK or Mechie, so we can go DK.
All right, let's get DK in there. So we still have 2 more guys. Do you want Mechie?
And we could go Mechie.
All right, that gives us 5,300 at flex. I'm giving you names: Tyler Warren, Devin Neal.
I'm looking at him.
Kenneth Walker, Kenneth Gainwell. Here's a question for you. If we have Allen and Allen is having one of those historic days, is Gainwell on the field or is Warren?
I don't know. Could be either one because you can't trust them because they both can catch the ball.
Is this a Metcalf week?
Not against Buffalo, I don't think so.
All right, so you have 5,300. Who's your favorite?
Or do we take out Najigba and go down?
So if you get out of him, just for argument's sake, okay, and we put in Waddle, you still have 8,000.
Yeah. Justin Jefferson. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
What about, do you like Nico?
I do like Nico.
So I'm going to get rid of Parkinson. I'm just going to put Nico in for argument's sake, okay? That gives you 4,100 at tight end. But if you want Bowers, I think we can get Bowers back in this lineup. So if we get Bowers back in, now we're at 5,000 for your favorite receiver, for your favorite flex.
Hold on 1 second. We go Bowers, Parkinson. And then, no, we can't do it that way either.
This is a tough week.
Well, I was thinking about doing Bowers and Parkinson at flex.
Okay.
Going Ibuka, Mechie, Waddle.
All right, so get rid of DK.
Yeah.
All right, so here's the lineup. Allen, Achane, Hall, Waddle, Ibuka, Mechie, Bowers, Parkinson, Jets. You have 3 Jets.
Oh, yeah.
I like parts of that lineup a ton. I do. I like parts of it a ton.
I just don't know if it's a winner.
I think I'd rather be cheaper at tight end than Bowers and upgrade the Mechie.
Mechie would be upgrade at Mechie.
Don't you think, or no?
Yeah, I think he could do that. I think we go Juwan Johnson and Parkinson.
Interesting.
You think?
Wow. So now you have 5,500 for a receiver.
Who scores more, Shakir or DK?
So let's go back to Shakir for argument's sake. You have Allen, Achane, Hall, Waddle, Ibuka, Shakir, Juwan Johnson. Not bad. Then you're on the cheap with Parkinson. Is that a winner or not?
I don't know. Who's the other receiver besides Ibuka and Waddle?
Shakir.
You think Shakir can do it? That's the key.
How do we get Waddle, Ibuka, and Nico in?
We'd have to
Nico that much.
Well, do you want to pay down from Allen? You want to get Waddle, Ibuka, and Nico. Okay,
well, I want to win money, so I want to do what you think is right too.
Okay, yeah. So we got Waddle, Ibuka, and Nico. So
do you agree with that? Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I like those 3. I really do.
Okay, so that leaves you 3,000 at tight end, which is now we're in the Gunnar Helm, David Njoku, Dawson Knox. I don't know if we're winning with that, dude.
Yeah, I don't like having two low tight ends like that. I think you can only get away with one.
Agreed.
So what do you think about going with Cam Ward at QB? Then you can get Bowers and you can get Parkinson.
I already have Bowers. Oh, I can get Nico. Okay, so here's your team. Ready?
Yeah.
Cam Ward, Achan, Brees Hall, Waddle, Ibuka, Collins, Bowers, Parkinson, Jets.
Yeah. And you're just going to have to hope that Pittsburgh corrals Allen a little bit. Ward scored 20-some points against Seattle last week, didn't he?
He did. I mean, look,
23.9.
do you like that better? Do you like that better than Tua?
Well, we do have two Dolphins in the lineup, but the one thing I don't like about Tua is he just doesn't run enough. And look at he's passed 20 points 1, 2, 3 times.
Would you play Gunnar Helm instead of Parkinson only because of the team?
To get the Tua?
Forget Tua. To give Cam Ward a guy, or do you like Parkinson just that much?
Oh, can we get the DK? Is that what you're talking about? Get the DK?
No, we can't get to DK. What I'm saying is, would you take out Colby Parkinson at flex and put in Gunnar Helm instead, just so that you have Ward?
Oh, yeah, that makes more sense, doesn't it?
I think it does.
That leaves us 300 more. I mean, I just
would
still
you
like
upgrade the Jets defense? Would you upgrade Nico Collins?
Well, here the Raiders, Steelers, and Cardinals. I like the Jets defense better than the Raiders, Steelers, and Cardinals, don't you?
I do. So who would you play?
Well, I'm going to play the Jets, but then you're thinking about where can we move that 300 to? So if you have Collins, you can't really move off of Collins because you could play McConkey instead of Ibuka.
I think I wouldn't do anything.
I think I would just leave it.
Yeah. So the question
then is, have that faith in that Ward's going to get the job done, because Ward can do stuff with his legs. He had a rushing touchdown last week. He can, run for 40 yards on a touchdown, and then you're there.
What about Gabe Davis?
I do like Gabe Davis somewhat. But I mean, how? You're trying to come up with a winning lineup, and if you put in Gabe Davis, you're going to sacrifice him for who? Collins, Ibuka, or Waddle? And what did Davis really do last week? I mean, I know it'll be a second game back. He does have familiarity. He had 3.2 points. But then again, it's kind of hard. Well, here's another thing, too. I think we just stick with what we got, because let's look at it this way. What does Pittsburgh do really well? They rush the passer well on the edges. And I don't know if you saw this, but the edge blocking from Buffalo was bad last week.
Bad.
So can they keep Allen? The key is if they can keep Allen from running big runs, I mean, that Allen's going to be limited because he's got to score rushing touchdowns. So I kind of like Ward at his price point as my option here.
Yeah. If I'm doing 3 lineups, Trevor, I think I would do Allen on 1, Ward on 1, and then whether it's Tua or Herbert or somebody else. But I think you got to have. I think this Ward lineup opens up the entire rest of your Achan, Hall, Waddle. I mean, it's like an all-star team in there. All Ward has to do is not suck.
Yeah. Yeah, I like where this is because we know Chan can score 30 points. Hall can get to 30 points. Collins can get 30. Ibuka can. Waddle can. Bowers can.
Right.
Helm is going to be a wild card, but I just watched that game.
But you know what? You can still put Parkinson in there. Maybe Parkinson is a better play.
Yeah. It depends on what you want to do. But I kind of like the way how Helm
has just looked really good. I mean, do you know how many targets he's had in the last 2 games?
Right. And Jacksonville sucks against the tight end. Carolina does too, but
he's had 12 targets in the last 2 weeks.
I think we just stick with Helm just because we do have him with Ward, and Helm's due for that touchdown, isn't he? We'll just say he's due for a touchdown.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
Yeah, I do too. I like this lineup.
You know what I like? I like exactly what you said. We have in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys who can hit 30. You have 6 guys who can hit 30, and that is going to win you, to make you my rich friend, Trevor.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Yeah. I need another. I mean, you're my only rich friend. I need more.
Well, you think some of this stuff, and then you don't. We use DFS here a lot, and sometimes I don't agree with them, and it works out for me. Last week I didn't agree with them, and I should have listened to them because they were on point last week.
Listen, DFS here is a great product. By the way, use promo code DOC. You get 20% off there. But like with any optimizer, any contest simulation, they're not always right, but they know more than we do. But I mentioned it with Tom on the phone on SiriusXM. It's the IKB. I know ball. You and I know ball. We know what we see. Gunnar Helm will not be in any optimizer. But we've seen it. We know what he can do. We've seen 12 targets. So I have to trust a little bit of what I know.
Yeah, they'll come up with that. I might come up with my core 4, but they'll find some guys that I'm not thinking of, and it'll be like, oh, this guy come in out of nowhere and hit. And then, that's what you need. You need to have that sometimes. Well, you know what? I'll tell you this. I've won quite a bit of money in the last 2 years playing DFS, and I wouldn't be close if it wasn't for DFS Hero.
That is the best.
Baseball included. I won in baseball. I won in football. Without them, I wouldn't be where I am today.
That is the best commercial ever. I thought you're supposed to be about drroto.com. If it wasn't for us, you wouldn't be there.
Well, that's without a doubt, because if I wasn't working for you, I wouldn't be as good as I am now either. I mean,
keeps you sharper.
It kinds of go hand in hand because, I don't want to suck. I want people to win. So I watched every single snap of every team pretty much. I couldn't get past the first or second quarter of one of the games I watched today. I could tell where it was going. I can't even remember what game it was. I'm like, oh boy, I don't really need to watch much more of this. I think I flipped it to the fourth quarter. I think it was the Atlanta game from last week. I just looked to see where the scoring came and watched it. But when you're writing articles, you want people to win. You hate it when you make a pick and like a few weeks in a row, my best play has sucked, and that sucks because I think about all the people I'm screwing over who are making the same plays. But one of these weeks, I'm going to hit it all, and that's just the way it is.
Look, we want people to come for the ride. We love what we do, right? We do it because we care about people and we care about their success. So listen. We are thankful for you listening. We're thankful for you watching. Hopefully we've helped you come up with some lineups or some ideas. We want you guys to be successful. So please remember, still not too late. Go to drroto.com, enter the promo code playoffs. We'll get you 5 free days. 5 free days on the site. Come see what we're about. Come see Trevor's articles. Come see my visionaries. Come see our cheat sheets. And hopefully you'll come away a winner. Yeah. All right, Trevor, I wish you and yours a very happy Thanksgiving, my man.
You too and everybody out there. And we do have a Thanksgiving article coming out in the morning, if it's not out already.
There we go. All right. And to you and yours out there, very happy Thanksgiving. Remember, Friday Night Lights with me, Willie, and Odell, about 9 o'clock on Friday. Saturday, I'll be on SiriusXM from 7 to 10 a.m. Eastern. And Saturday night, any given entry with Danger and Justin. And Trevor will be at the Wild game. Maybe he'll phone in from his box seats, his luxury box seats. You know what I'm saying?
We're sitting pretty good.
There you go. He's sitting pretty good. You hear that? It's from his DFS winnings. And then, of course, on Sunday morning, our Discord show over at drroto.com. All right, from our families to yours, a very happy Thanksgiving. And this is Dr. Roto saying be well and take care.
Thanks for stopping by the office. Get your fantasy prescription by subscribing to the channel and checking out drroto.com. And until the next visit, be well and take care.